gosh, hi world. Hello, hello, I'm in my office. We are heading to Michigan in the morning to see Maddie for her 30th birthday, which is so exciting. So I'm gonna bring you along. We were supposed to leave on Sunday. I had the flu last week. I gave it to Justin. So now it's Wednesday night. I just got back from Bible study and I'm like cleaning the house a little bit. This is like a big adventure the next literally 2 months, but specifically we're like driving from where I live, Wilmington, North Carolina, to Michigan, Kalamazoo, Michigan. We're going to a marriage conference. That's what Maddie wanted for her birthday. So we're gonna go do that together. And then Justin and I are actually driving down to Cincinnati. I'm popping on a plane on Sunday, coming back here, getting my stuff and collecting my gal, and we are going to Florida for a retreat all next week. I'm really, really excited for that. Then we're gonna fly directly to a wedding. One of my best friends, Maddie, is getting married that next weekend. Literally the week after that, I am leaving for Barcelona, for Spain. So really big next 4 weeks. One of my clients is also launching like an incredible restaurant, so we're in the big of like a big PR push. We have a huge launch coming up personally. There's so much goodness. So I thought this is the perfect season to start vlogging. So I'm gonna take you along as we go to Michigan, go to the conference, all the good stuff this weekend, and get prepped for next week. So let's do this. I'm so excited. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to tell you. We are literally leaving at 3 a.m. So pray for me. I'll see you in the morning. Here we go. How are you feeling about going to Michigan?
Freaking thrilled, man.
Are you?
What other questions you got?
Are you feeling okay?
Freaking great, man.
Amazing. All right, you guys, what time is it?
7:30.
It's 7:30. We're running a little bit behind, but we made it. We both were up until, what would you say? 1. That was probably the first time in our entire relationship we bickered at night. Justin was like, get off your phone. And I was like, I can't because I'm tired and I can't fall asleep. So anyway, we both are great sleepers. So we're gonna both drive to Raleigh. I'm gonna pop in his car and then we're gonna head to Michigan. So we have 14 hours ahead of us and let's freaking do it, fam. Justin, any thoughts? Okay, lots to say this morning. Hello, hello. Okay, I'm driving. I just stopped and got a pumpkin spice latte the size of my freaking head. Did that, got those little like protein bites from Starbucks. And now I'm like an hour out from Raleigh and Justin's stuff is all in the car. So he's gonna pop in, I'm gonna go into the passenger seat because I'm a passenger princess through and through. And then we're gonna go from there. How many hours do we have left?
12.
A casual 12. Honestly, Justin and I are kind of like road trip machines, you guys. We did a cross-country trip together. Early. When we had really truly just started dating. This is not our first rodeo. We've done it many times before, so this is gonna be good. I actually like just checked in with some of my employees. I'm gonna call one more and then I'm going to go through all my emails. I was out last week with the flu, literally the most intense flu of my entire life. So I still have some emails to catch up on. I'm gonna give myself an hour and just like put a timer alarm on. I gave the flu to Justin, so that's why we're leaving. I just bought some new books that I was actually listening to when I drove to Raleigh. So it's called Come Up for Air. It is so good. And it's all about like systems and just kind of like getting out of your business. And so you kind of read books like that throughout the years of being a business owner. Some things hit, sometimes you don't have like the full maturity or situation to like fully understand a concept. If I had listened to this 5 years ago, I would have had some good nuggets, but now, especially having like a team and a large load of clients in multiple businesses, I'm like, oh, this is good. So anyway, highly recommend that. I'll link that below. Justin and I sometimes like will listen to, what's the show we listen to? The dun 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 dun. Crime Junkie. Crime Junkie. How are you feeling about the drive?
Wonderful.
Any specifics you're excited for this trip?
Probably get hot dogs at some point.
Hot dogs. I married the easiest man in the world. I don't want to be dramatic, but it is like 1:30 and I feel like I need to just hurl I'm about to try and eat. This is like, it's the weirdest thing. When I turned 27, I started to get like motion sickness in the car. Now I'm 29 and I feel like if I don't eat, my body's like, you need to throw up. And I'm like, I don't, you're actually wrong. And I wonder like if it's a hormonal thing or what it is, because I feel like this happens to pregnant women, but I'm not pregnant. So I pack lunch for myself. I have like an arugula salad. I always bring turkey, and then I have like edamame and protein and all of that so I don't pass out. It's wild how much your lips change your face. Like, I've been in the car too long. What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you?
My pants fell down in the mall once. After an interview.
They fell down?
Yeah, I caught the escalators. They just...
Your pants got ripped off?
Had a belt on, the shoes and everything.
So wait, what did you do?
Pull it out. Pull it out.
The escalator pantsed you? Oh my gosh, did you get the job?
Nope.
My most embarrassing moment is never gonna beat that. One time in an interview, I sat down with a girl and she was like, what are 3 words that describe you? And I was like, I would say I'm like fiery and no, I'm determined. And then I was like, quiet, I'm very introspective, but then I'm also really loud and extroverted. So I'm gonna combine those 2 words for one word, we'll call it cloud. And this woman is looking at me and I'm just like making up words and it was so bad. I remember she was like my last interview and I just like walked back to my dorm and I was like, I'm definitely not gonna be on this council, and I was not. So anyway, don't make up words in an interview. Oh, hello! Hello, happy birthday! Thank you! Good morning. I want you to see my little outfit. I would live in this romper. But anyway, we are in Kalamazoo. We got here last night at 10 and then we were all truly up until like 1:20 last night. So I'm feeling a little sick. Gotta pray that I can make it. I'm sure I will. Probably just need a nap this afternoon, but I'm running to a local coffee shop right now and then I have some client calls this morning. Then we're gonna go thrifting. Okay. I really believe that Michigan has some of the best thrifting in the world, alongside some of like Florida and California, and there's some really cool stuff in Wyoming. So obviously everywhere has great stuff, but anyway, I'm going to this cute little coffee shop. I feel like whenever I travel, I always do this and it makes me love everything like so much more. I finished all my calls. We just went to brunch. It was amazing. Now we're in downtown Kalamazoo. I'm with Maddie and Sarah and we're gonna go thrifting. So let's do it. We're actually not going thrifting. I know. Look how cute this place is.
Not if it's only open on Wednesday.
Wow, this place is so flippin' cute, you guys. I love it. It reminds me of Colorado, kind of. Okay, so they actually just sent in one of the owners, and so now we're here, and we get to actually be in the store that Maddie wanted. So we're gonna try things on. Here we go. This is the cutest Airbnb I didn't show you guys. Luke is deeply invested in Pac-Man. And Maddie's invested in Luke. There are 3 rooms for the 3 couples. I really love this. Kalamazoo is actually the cutest. This is our room. It's messy. Here we go. So we are waiting. Travis and Justin just went to run an errand and we are gonna pop in the car and we're going to the first night of the marriage conference. We're so excited. Luke is playing Pac-Man in the background. You can probably hear it. Yes. We're here with the birthday girl. Hello. Okay, what are you most excited for your 30th year? 29 was big. She had a Tara, she became a mama. Yeah, so many good things. Really yeah.
I would say is just becoming a more intentional mom and wife. Because I felt like a grown-up, but now I feel like a big grown-up.
That makes sense. Like a legit.
Like a real grown-up.
There's like the level, it's so funny, when you get engaged, I feel like there's this shift where you're like, I'm old enough to get married. And then you get married and you're like, whoa. Yeah. I haven't been a mom yet, but I feel like and
then it's another whoa. But then there's so many more woes along the way.
That's the best. Yeah. We're going to the EXO marriage conference, which was Maddie's wish for all of us to go with her. So we're so excited. It's gonna be amazing.
It's an intentional birthday, so I'm really excited.
Thank you. Whee! I'm just so excited to be able to now like invest in our marriage even more this weekend. But realistically, Justin and I have been like so proactive and we have not had a perfect marriage at all. We're learning so much and getting so humbled, but we have done seminars, counseling, therapy together. We're going to this conference and I feel like a lot of it's been proactive and it's just like made it so much better. So anyway, that was even like a cool point of the conversation. We were like, I mean, obviously you're always working through things and growing, but you don't have to have like a marriage that's a dumpster fire to start working on it. Like it's actually a joy to be able to grow personally with God and with your spouse and then collectively in your marriage alongside the Lord. That is one of the greatest joys that we'll ever have in life. It's not just like a reactionary thing, you know? That mentality has already blessed us so much. So anyway, we're just freaking pumped. Let's go. Any thoughts, Justin?
Pumped.
Pumped. Okay, one word answers only, baby. Having the best time with my best girl.
The best time.
Also, you guys need to look at her set. Please model for us.
Very, very cozy.
Oh, so nice. It's honestly so cute. Yeah, so it's for when you're pregnant. What's the brand?
Nothing Fits But.
Okay, so you can wear it anytime, but it works with pregnancy. So very cute. Cozy.
Very cozy.
What was your #1 takeaway from yesterday?
Ooh. When it comes to in-law relationships and just relationships in general that you marry into, why do you feel like you have the right to be negative about those relationships? And I was like, wow.
So good.
Super humbling.
It is. It's so humbling. And just like even the nicest people, I feel like that's gonna hit. It's how it goes. I love that. Yay, let's go. Yay. So I have Ivy here. We are here with everyone. Christian is here, her husband too. So we just finished the conference. They are friends with some of our friends that we're here with, and they were just sharing their story of what they've walked through in family building. And I want you guys to hear it, and I want you to pray with us for Christian and Ivy, because God's just like, he's got a miracle in motion, you guys. So, okay, will you give us a
Yes, we've been trying to conceive for 3.5 years, and in that time we've had 4 miscarriages and have had some answers along the way with endometriosis, and but still have walked through years of infertility, and we're just praying for a miracle.
Yeah, we're believing too.
Yes, absolutely.
And we like know, and God just moved so much this weekend, and so anyway, now you guys are in on it. Let's pray for our sweet babe.
Yeah, that's right.
It's gonna be so good.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, hello. Hello. We went to dinner, which was so sweet.
Oh my gosh.
That was the most, I think that was my favorite dinner of my life.
Yes, hands down.
We literally, one, the food was great, but we had really natural conversation, but then we just started to naturally like affirm each other, and we went from couple to couple, and everyone was just like speaking so much life into each other, giving like prophetic words and insights, and like, this is what I see from you. And I feel like it like broke off parts of my heart that were hardened, that I didn't even were there, and spoke so much life into every inch of me. Yeah. So it was amazing. It's also like so great as a wife to see your husband connect with other husbands, like the husbands of your greatest friends. I think Hello, happy Sunday. All right, I was doing an update last night and my camera died. You'll see a little bit of it, but I want to kind of get you up to speed because the conference was amazing. I like highly recommend going to the EXO marriage conference. There's something so invigorating about being in a room, and it was sold out. There were so many people there, in a full room of couples at all kinds of different ages who wanted to invest in their marriage. Marriage felt really isolating to me, especially the first like 8 months. We had just moved. I don't have a lot of marriage advice realistically because we're navigating a lot in our marriage and we're still newbies at it. I actually was told this, Justin and I both were, by one of our neighbors when we moved to Wilmington where we currently live, and they said if you can help it, only do one big life change in your first year of marriage. And we actually accidentally did too. We moved to Wilmington after I had just moved to Raleigh, North Carolina from Los Angeles. So we moved and got married within like months. It was just a lot of change, like finding our new rhythms, figuring out a new place to live, figuring out marriage. It felt really isolating because we didn't have people, like a full community. We did have a few amazing people, thank God. This weekend, it was more of like a proactive tune-up. I feel like God like ripped us open the last 12 hours. One of my favorite talks was actually about like in-law relationships. Justin loves my parents and I love Justin's parents and vice versa. But navigating like how to be related to someone when you actually didn't know them and you just love their son or you love their daughter, it's like something you don't learn how to do, you know? So that was such a great talk, and I feel like just everything that they brought at that conference was absolutely incredible. So what was really cool was on Friday, we all were eating and I was like, what do we all want out of this? You know, we really were there truly because that's what Maddie wanted. Maddie wanted to be able to go to that conference, and marriage is just so important to her, and like all of us thriving is so important to her, and we all support each other so much. So I'm so glad that she asked us to do that. But we were like, what do we want out of this? And Justin and I were super vulnerable. Everyone was super vulnerable. It was amazing. So by the end of the conference, I just feel like there was a lot of transformation. I feel like a lot of us opened our eyes. I feel like when God breaks through something for you and with you, it's just natural for opposition to arise. And so I feel like last night we hit such an incredible high. We sat there at dinner just affirming each other and speaking so much life into each other. I would say that was probably like one of the most special things I've ever experienced. Then all of these little small attacks started to come up. That was just hard. Like Justin and I kind of started to like bicker at the end of the night. Justin wants to be with the people. I want Justin to want to be with me at the end of the night. So this morning, it's like all hell broke loose before we went to church. Some of my stuff like exploded. There was miscommunication. So we got checked out of our Airbnb. We're walking to church and I was just like crying, being really vulnerable and just asking Justin for things that I really need in our marriage. He was listening, and then worship was really incredible. I just like needed to be with my best friend and like talk through it. Maddie had been there for a lot of what had happened. We ended up actually stepping out of service and I just like bawled my eyes out because it is a challenging season in its own way, even though it's so beautiful. We actually exited church and Justin had like a really radical experience. So Justin, do you want to talk about that like a little bit? You don't have to share all the details, but like what happened with you?
It was a good sermon from Pastor Jimmy Evans, just talking about relationship and how men and women are, and you know, he uses this analogy where it's like how the male responsibility, the husband's responsibility is to be the greenhouse, to protect, provide, serve the wife. And it just talks about, it's like, I have a really hard time being like open and vulnerable and communicating. And he talked about this, like most men are just relationship passivity, whatever he called it.
Relationally passive.
Yeah, I just talked about that, and I think, you know, I felt super convicted just because I think, you know, he mentioned something else that, you know, after all the girls had left church and the guys hung out and talked, and all three of us kind of resonated on the point that, you know, the idea of like, it's easy to think if I'm okay, my wife's okay. If I'm okay, my family's okay. But if you're the greenhouse provider, it's like, if she's not okay, I'm not okay. So it's just, you know, I think there's just been these things that God's been opening up. Now the prayer team pray over me, and me being able to lead our family. Pastor Jimmy Evans is the same guy who started EXO. He was the leader of the conference, so it kind of just echoed a lot of the stuff he had said. But I think, as is most things, you know, you hear something one way, it hits you, and then you hear it a different one, and it wrecks you. And I think that's kind of what service was for me.
You know, I came out and I just think it's so important in starting this vlog for you guys. Like, I didn't really expect us to go through everything that we did this weekend. I mean, it's been like a roller coaster, don't you think? it's just been such a roller coaster, and it's been good, but I think, you know, marriage is so important, and I love marriage so much. And my parents got divorced, and my dad's been divorced multiple times actually, and I just am so determined. I'm just committed to marriage, and I'm committed to what it means. It's still hard, you know, and it's still challenging, and I think we're still newlyweds. Like, we've been married less than a year and a half. If we want to go long game, which we do, you know, you have to poke and prod, you have to have conversations, you have to invest, and you have to be real. What we're navigating right now, like, it's not perfect, but it's still good. I just want you to know, you know, when I was single and aching to be married, and when we were dating and, you know, talking about marriage, people say, like, marriage is hard, and, you know, you see that with a 50% divorce rate, but it's hard for ways that you may never be fully prepared for. And I can say that out of my mouth, but, you know, whether you're married or not, you're gonna have your own challenges and your own experience. We're in it, you guys. Like, we're fighting. We didn't even know until this weekend about some of these things, and God uses this, and it's holy and it's good. This is our priority before we have kids, before we do anything. Like, it's just prioritizing the Lord and prioritizing each other, and there is a lot that is nuanced in figuring that out. We are a team. We need each other. So anyway, that's really that. Lots of, like, massive breakthrough. I think I said this, but the thing that keeps coming to my mind from the conference, someone was like, if the enemy cannot get in front of you, he will get behind you and push you so you go too fast. It truly changed my brain, because I am the kind of person, I will, anything that is in my way, I will knock it out of my way, but I go too fast. And in my 29 years, I'm realizing I'm going too fast. I cannot savor, and I cannot be in levels of presence that are necessary for what I want to do, and I'm tired of that. It doesn't feel good. I'm really excited. We have like 3 hours left of driving, and then Justin's going to drop me off at the Cincinnati airport. I am flying back. I'll take you guys along, and I'm gonna drive the 2 hours back to our house. I need to flip my suitcase and pack for Florida. I'm home. I'm unpacking to pack really fast. I just watered all of my plants. I'm just gonna switch out all of my Michigan clothes now. I'm packing for a wedding and a retreat, so it feels a little hairy. But I ordered these bras for the dress that I'm wearing, and I got ones from Third Love and Skims. I got these from Skims. They were supposed to, I thought they were like very lightly gold, but they're giving Wonder Woman. So I'll be returning these. I'm doing this, and then I'm going straight to bed, and we're waking up at 3:30 a.m. Here we go.